Good morning students. In this class we will discuss about secondary memory and input output devices. Secondary memory and input output devices. So take the page number 12. Here secondary memory, hard disk and removable storage. Hard disk is available in your computer and laptop also. Removable storage means which are SD card, pen drive, DVD, CD drive. These are the examples of removable storage. Okay. So here central processing unit, information is moved between main memory and secondary memory as needed. So CPU is used to transfer the information from primary memory to the secondary memory. Here these are the secondary memory, this is the primary memory. CPUs in between the primary memory and secondary memory to share the information from the primary memory to the secondary memory. So here in computer, disk 50.2 GB. GB means gigabytes. Okay, GB means gigabytes. So this is the hard disk here. Hard disk contains the data as, storage as 50.2 GB. So here mouse is saying a hard disk of your computer stores multiple types of data and applications. Your hard disk can store a huge amount of data, informations, applications, etc. Okay. The document and content that a user creates and saves, the software to operate the computer, and applications like word processor and Scratch are also stored on the hard disk. So in the hard disk you can save your document or the content that the user creates and saves the document, and also the applications like word processing, Scratch, etc. So many applications, okay, etc. are all stored on the hard disk. The computer loads the instructions from the secondary memory into the primary memory. So here the computer loads the instructions from where to where? It loads the information from the secondary memory into the primary memory. What is the primary memory? RAM, random access memory, is the main memory or a primary memory. So Jyoti is saying the amount of data and the number of programs that we can store on a disk, hard disk, depends on the size of the disk, which is usually measured in a gigabytes. So it depends on the size, hard disk size, we can store the data. So it is measured in gigabytes. Here disk is 50.2 gigabytes, GB. Jyoti is saying when we saw data in an application, the content is written in the secondary memory. So once you save the, for example, when you are using a word processor, you save the application in your word processes, then the content will be, then it will also saved in the secondary memory also. Okay. The information we save on a computer is written on the hard disk, which can be retrieved later. Hard disk is a permanent storage device. So hard disk is a permanent storage device. In primary memory, we can when we store or save the data, it will erase when we switch off our computer. But in hard disk, in secondary memory, it will not erase our data. Okay, it is a permanent storage. We can use it on later also. So here concept, secondary memory is the memory where the information is stored permanently till it is explicitly deleted. So here when we store the information in our secondary memory, it will, so here secondary memory is the memory where the information is stored permanently. So here when I need to save the data, when I save the data in the secondary memory, it will not delete. When I delete the data from the secondary memory, then only it will be deleted. Otherwise it will not delete from the secondary memory. Information is moved between main memory and secondary memory as and when needed. So information is moved between main memory and secondary memory with the help of the CPU. The data on a hard disk and other secondary storage devices does not get erased even after switching off the computer. So primary memory will erase the data when we switch off the computer, but the secondary storage devices or the hard disk will not erase the data. Tejas, we can also store data on a CD, DVD, SD card or pen drive. We can also store the data in CD, DVD or SD card or the pen drive. The storage capacity of this device is usually not much as that of hard disk drive, because when you see your SD card, you can see 32-bit GB, 64, 128, that much. Not 128 is available, 32, 64 like this, but 8 GB also, 8 GB like this. But in the hard disk you can see 50 GB, 64 GB like that. Okay, there are huge amount of space in hard disk when compared to a this SD card, CD or pen drive. Okay, correct. Moses is saying correct. These devices are called removable storage devices. These are called removable storage devices. They can be removed from the computer and carried to whenever required, because once you copy the data from your computer to the SD card or a pen drive, you can remove from from the computer and carry it anywhere, and it can be also accessed in any other computer also. Okay, so here information. The hard disk, also called the hard disk drive, it is a data center of the computer. Hard disk is the data center of the computer, because we can access any data from the hard disk, because it will not erase the data. Operating system software and content are stored here until explicitly deleted. So once I delete it, only it will delete, otherwise it will not delete the data. The hard disk is usually found inside the computer. The hard disk is inside the computer only. CD, DVD, external hard disk drive, SD card and pen drive are removable storage devices. These can be used to take backup of important data. These are also used to take the backup. They are also used to distribute and share information or transfer the information from one computer to another. This is also used to distribute or to share or to transfer the information from one computer to the another computer, or one devices to the other devices also. Jyoti is saying, a few days ago I made a greeting card on my computer. I saw it on the hard disk and also copied into the pen drive. So she had created a greeting card on her computer and saved it on the hard disk, and also she copied it on the pen drive also. The next day my computer did not work. The next day her computer is not working, but since I had a copy on the pen drive, she already told that she take a copy into a pen drive. I could copy the file onto another computer and mail it to my friends. So she by using this pen drive, she copied the file to the another computer and mail it to her friends. Mouse is saying, making a copy of your document or information that you create on a computer is called taking a backup. So this is called making a copy of a document or information is called backup. Backup of content that you create is important. Like what we can back up: documents, paintings, reports, movies, videos, etc. Okay, backups can be taken on CD, DVD, pen drive, removable hard disk, or another computer which you have access to. Teja is saying, we can also mail a copy to ourselves to save it on the online drive such as Google Drive. You all know that Google Drive, it is a online drive. Okay, it is a online drive. We can make a copy in our Google Drive. Right, this is a good option. You have the internet connection, but the only thing is we need an internet connection to copy in your Google Drive. We also get books, games and educational lessons on CDs, DVDs. Yes, we can see in some of the books there have a CD or a DVD player also. Correct. Removable storage devices can also be used for distribution and sharing of resources. Okay, removable storage device can be used for the distribution, distribution and also the sharing of the resources also. So here concept, making a copy of the data is called backup. Backup of data and information that you create is important. So backup of data or the information is very important. Many backup options are available, like mailing a copy to the content yourself and taking backup on a pen drive or a CD or a DVD or another computer. This ensures that even if your device fails, you have a copy of the content and can access it using another computer. Once your device gets fails, you can access it from the other computer also. So here input output devices. In keyboard, when you press A, then it will change into electrical signals. Electrical signals like binary numbers, binary digits 1 0 0 1. These are because CPU cannot understand our language, because it cannot able to understand this A. Okay, it understand only this binary language. So it will pass into your CPU or and memory, and then it converts into the same digits, and then it converts the electrical signals monitor A displayed. Then it will change into our language. We can understand A, we cannot understand 1 0 binary digits, we cannot understand. So it will change into alphabets, which was understand by us. Here we already know what input and output devices are. Examples of the input devices are keyboard, digital camera and mouse, printer and monitor are examples of the output devices. So here input devices are used to send the information to the computer, and the output devices is used to receive the information from the computer. Okay, CPU is neither an input device nor a output device. It takes information from the input device and then it processes it and send it to the output device. So this is called a processing. Okay, the CPU is called a processor also. Correct. A user interact with the computer using these devices. These are also called peripheral devices. Okay, the user interacts with the computer. The user interacts with the computer by using the keyboard, mouse. These are called peripheral devices. Okay, the electrical signals from the alphabets typed on a keyboard are converted to binary systems. So here they are explaining this process only. When you press A, it will change into electrical signals and it converted into binary digits and stored. When the computer displays the data on the monitor or when data is to be printed, the binary system is again converted into electrical signals and then to characters that humans can understand. Then it will convert into then it will display into as the same A, which is understood by human. This is how input gets converted to output in a computer. So concept: a input device converts data and instruction to a pattern of electrical signals. So input device, what is the work of input device? Converts data or the instruction to a pattern of electrical signals. It will converts into electrical signals. These signals correspond to a binary code that can be processed by a digital computer. So what are the signals? What are the codes? They are using binary codes, and then only the CPU can process it, and then the output device reverses the process, translating the binary code into a form of understandable by the user. So at last it will change the binary code into the understandable form of the user. The computer displays processed information. The computer displays only the processed information. For example, a printout of the information, an audio file or a video file, etc. Okay, information. Some devices can handle both input and output devices. Okay, some of the input devices can handle both the input and output devices. The network device called network card in a computer is an example of such device. Network card is an example of this device, like it can handle both the input device and also the output device. Okay, the network card is in your computer only. Okay, thank you.